Hello and welcome back to JMLeague13. We have, in round 3, we have Bin versus Flornk. Well, let's get right into it.
Three, two, one, go!
So, now that we're getting to round 3, we're going to be hopefully looking for a few tighter games because the format of this tournament is to gradually match players closer together in skill level as each week progresses. So, I'm not sure I've ever actually seen Pac-Man versus Samus before, but I imagine Samus might be able to be a bit more of the passive player in this matchup. Considering that anytime that Pac-Man isn't putting on the pressure, Samus gets to charge up the charge shot. Ooh, that's a bit of a missed opportunity from Flornk here. But it's okay because he's maintaining the ledge trap here. Oh, bit of a spacing with that forward air as well. But Flornk still seems to be setting the pace here, generally holding that stage. Just needs to find that kill now, although it's anyone's first stock. Just like that, with Samus's back air taking out Pac-Man at like under 100. It's pretty early. But you know, Samus needs it, just as Pac-Man needs that down air, which just barely kills that 150. So let's see. Okay, not the most nasty Galaxian combo ever, but whatever gets the job done, right? And again, Flornk being maybe a bit liberal with using that forward air, but it's like the fastest forward air in the game, tied with only one other character. So you know, why not use it? It's like the second, third fastest area of any kind in the game. Flornk is kind of fine camping in disadvantage, it seems, because apparently a Galaxian is stronger than like almost max charge shot. So, you know, if that's the terms of like negotiation, then maybe that's not so bad, and maybe that maybe that was going to be a bit schnastier than what actually happened there. Wow, okay. So Bin managing to fire back from Pac-Man just doing whatever he wants with a nice roll read, and again managing to take that second stock despite seeming to be in a bit of the passenger seat for most of the game. Is able to really find these kills when it matters most, okay. The apple is dangerous. Fine. That's something that happens, I guess. Oh wow, the damage is really coming on now. And jeez. I was not expecting that. It's finally firing back on the various misspacing reads. Managing to punish a reckless wake-up of his own, and it's just as well because Pac-Man seems to be really good at like having this vortex of control right around himself, especially against Samus, who very emphatically does not. She pretty much has what, spin attack, I mean screw attack, and then if she's too scared to use that, then she doesn't really have any other options to control the space directly around her. So Flornk is gonna be able to stay in the ballpark where it's most successful, then you know, maybe he'll win this set. Okay, Flornk has done a couple of these baits so far, but it's sort of like given up the center stage for some reason. They don't seem to be going anywhere, but they also don't seem to be actually costing him too much, so why not? And again, Flornk has set up this early ledge trap where he can basically do whatever he wants, and if what he wants is Pac-Man's very infrequently seen up tilt, then so be it. Yeah, now it's not up tilting anymore, I guess. So let's see if Bin has anything left to be able to clap back on this one. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. So it's finding it really hard to get past the pack spam right here. You know, it's like full calculated mashing, but I think not having the room to like move around and control stage might be costing Bin a little bit here, especially because he's been left in percent. He doesn't have charge shot, and now it's 2 stocks down. So he needs to find a way to make something like find a situation that works for him, because the longer he like stays in the least advantageous possible position is probably the more likely it's gonna be that he's not gonna win. But it's Flornk is making it really hard, because even as it looks like he's committed to one side of the stage, his dash attack is like sending him right to the other side, managing to give Bin very, very little room to breathe at all. And alright, okay. Congratulations. I guess I'll like put that on the clip, but might not make it because of the way that I reacted to it. Okay, that was like pretty cool, but yeah. So Flornk actually looking a lot more confident that game than he did in the previous one. So let's see if Bin has anything, any surprises here. Game 3, he can take a game of his own. And for that to happen, he's going to need to probably control a bit more of the game in terms of having things to threaten Pac-Man with, having resources to take away from Pac-Man as well. But so far it's looking like it's pretty similar. We saw in the first game that Bin was able to find success by sort of rope-a-doping until he could see that Flornk was making some kind of overextension and then punishing that really, really hard. So that might still be his strategy, but it's sort of like a little bit risky unless you have a real lock on what you know the way your opponent is gonna overextend. Ouch. And it looks like just when he finally thinks he's got some room to charge something, it turns out that Pac-Man also has the time to like put down a hydrant, charge his bonus through all the way to the key and just chuck that. So This might be a little bit rough. I don't actually know how the matchup is. Maybe it's not that bad, but yeah. It doesn't look like the easiest matchup for Samus, that's for sure. Okay, another roll and then a down smash, which was a bit of a bold play. But it looks like that screw attack, that's something that can really change the pace if he manages to keep it going. Oh, and again. Oh, and again. Okay, looks like Bin might actually have something here if he can keep Pac-Man bullied in the corner. But fortunately, Flornk has managed to take back the center, and Bin only just barely manages to avoid maybe a second stock loss. What? Alright, I've never seen Pac-Man do that animation before. Okay, Bin looking really hard for that room to like call his own. And you know, as Samus, that's something you really need. Now it's actually like being a bit more proactive, I would say. Is dead. Alright, but he's still in this. And he's got a full charge shot, and that didn't hit, but it's alright. And he's got stage and perfectly reads that attack, perfectly spaced forward smash, proving that he might actually still be in this, except for when back air like clanks with an almost full charge shot and like does nothing. But you know, Samus doesn't need the charge shot to have more priority than it already does. Oh wow, going for a bit of a scary play there. And I mean, all credit to it, because doing something like that can really be the thing that puts you back in the game when you're like only about 3 hits away from dying. Wow, managing to pick up that bell. Fortunately, not able to do much about it, but every second he's still alive is honestly probably a second that he's not lost the game. Well, I guess that ended up being a pretty short set, but that'll be it for this one. And we'll see you in the next set of JMLeague13. Bye bye now.